In 2023, I'm proudly supporting the Parkinson's UK charity. If you'd like to support me in this amazing charity, you can either click on the link on the header image on a PC or click on the About Me section on a mobile phone. Your support is greatly appreciated. And check that out, we're doing really well on this at the moment. £470, just a recent donation for Partwork upgrades, because if you didn't know, they're selling some of the blueprints which I've signed, and 50% of this goes towards that Parkinson's charity. So excellent news. We are really getting there for that, which is absolutely brilliant. But how is everybody? Look, I've hidden things because I've got some ships to show you and I've hidden them. And Lou, hopefully my elocution lessons are here today. I've got uhura. This is what uhura. I've had the beer and I've spilt half the beer as well. It's what uhura looks like. There you go. So uhura is going to be added to my little teleportation pod there. That's what she's looking like. So that came today. So that means I've got Chekhov to go. And Scotty. Chekhov and Scotty, I think they're the only figures that's left to go. So we're not doing too bad then. But I am going to show you. Hello, brother Russell. Russell's birthday was a couple of days ago. Actually, it's the 22nd today, is it? Or 23rd? It was a couple of days ago. So happy birthday, brother. Look, you get one of them. 21 again. Bless you. It's all good. Hello, Christian from Grantham.
Let's give it up big time. Hello, Christian from Grantham.
Oh, date hole.
Now let's get cracking.
Why is Wayne highlighted my name, date holes, thinking? Because I've gone extra level sad, date hole. Because like I've moved my watch onto my other wrist now, because on this wrist I'm wearing this, and a lot of people out there will think Wayne's got a Fitbit, he's actually getting in shape and he's running and he's checking his times and all of that and heart rate. No. This catches Pokemon for me and it spins Pokestops for me. That's all it does. So that's what I've got now. So I've got a catcher now. How sad can I get? He's got a nasty cough. Check off, huh? Oh, I can't say things properly. I couldn't even say I'm not even going to say it because Lou will just laugh at me if I try and say it right. Oh, you got one. They are fun things, but it's only got like a 50% catch rate. Most of the things just run away. It's not good. It's not good at all. Now, as I mentioned to the Patreons, welcome to the club. It's all cool. Mrs. World of Wayne's probably going to want one next date hole, so it's all cool. I'm just trying to get some Torchics at the moment because then I can get my collection challenge done. I don't need that many more. But we've got Dan Goldman has now got Oligo Models. The shop is now up and running. And if I just click over to the shop, which is here, as you can see, he's started to stock it. We've got some Airfix models in here now. This is oligomodels.com/shop. Now, if you use code World of Wayne, you get 5% off everything you see in this shop. And obviously, Dan's adding all stuff to that all the time. So check out that website. And what I'll do is if I just copy that and put it in chat, you'll be able to check that out after the stream. So that's pretty good. I'm just checking down my list of all the things I need to talk about. As you noticed at the start of this stream, I got ChatGPT. Oops, what have I done? I've pressed something. Stand by. What did I press? I'm hoping this works. That's better. That's better. Right, okay. Hello, Faith. I've got your Whatsits. I've got your Whatsits, just so you know. That's my daughter on chat there. So I've been playing with ChatGPT, and you're going to love some of the things that I've asked it today. I won't share with you, but I says, create a story about 3 superheroes who create a superhero band called the Sprueverse Challenge. And it involves Phil Seagull, Lou Del Masso, Aztec Dummy, and myself. And I've gave a quick biography about everything we want, you know, what we do. And then I says, but put it in poem form and make it funny. And it was brilliant, but I'm not going to share that tonight with you. We'll probably do that on another stream. What I have asked it is 10 reasons. Give me 10 funny reasons why Mrs. World of Wayne should allow me to have the Enterprise above the TV. So let's do that first, I think. So the first reason that ChatGPT, I hope you're watching this, Mrs. World of Wayne, why I should have the Millennium Falcon above the TV is it will make watching TV feel like a space adventure, and who doesn't love a good space adventure? So that's reason number 1. Reason number 2 is whenever someone comes over, they'll be blown away by the impressive display and it would definitely be a conversation starter. I'm looking up because I'm just trying to see if she's looking at me with daggers out the window. Number 3. Oh, look, I highlighted the wrong thing. Okay. I'll give you 100. It still says no. The model's a great way to add some height to the room and make the ceiling feel less lonely. That's it for number 3. You've got to be agreeing with these. Number 4. It will remind your wife of the iconic Star Wars franchise and all the great memories associated with it, like the time she first saw Han Solo on screen. Now, Mrs. Ronald Wayne's probably going to say, nah, Harrison Ford doesn't do it for me. Okay, the next one. This is number 5. It will make a great landmark for when you're trying to give someone directions to your house. Just look for the giant Millennium Falcon above your TV. That's a good one. Although they need to be able to see it from the outside, you see. Number 6 is it's the ultimate multitasking decoration. It looks great and it doubles as a nightlight. You can't argue with these, Mrs. Wayne. Number 7, it'll provide a sense of security knowing that the Millennium Falcon is watching over you and your loved ones. Definitely. That's probably the most important reason that should be allowed there. Number 8, it will give your kids something to aspire to. They'll dream of one day owning their own large-scale model. Number 9. These were all generated for me. I didn't write these, so you can't blame me. I'm completely safe with this. It will make you feel like a kid again every time you look at it. And who doesn't love feeling young at heart? This must be convincing you, Mrs. Wayne. And number 10, the 10th reason why I should be allowed to have the Millennium Falcon above the TV is the sheer joy it will bring you every day is reason enough to display the model proudly above the TV. That's what I think. I feel, how's it going? You've never said so much BS come out of your mouth. It's not coming out of my mouth. This is artificial intelligence. This is the future. This is the Terminator telling you why I should have the Millennium Falcon above the TV. See, Russell's got another reason. I'll never watch the TV. I'll just keep looking at the Falcon. That's that. But ChatGPT has done that. It did write another one, which I said, well, I haven't got any pets now, so I can't use that. And one of the pets one was you can pretend your cat, don't own a cat, your cat can pretend it's attacking the Death Star whenever it jumps up and try to swat at the model. You forgot the most important reasons. You want to make your AI overlords happy. That's it. See, this is the future, Mrs. Wayne. This is going to be ruling us in future. So, you've got to listen to what it says. And talking about subjects of why, because she's up in her fabric room at the moment making stuff. We still want this cape, Mrs. Wayne, a nice silky cape for Batman. Please, I've put an order in, but I haven't received an order confirmation yet. So I'm waiting for that to come around. Okay, I'm going to show you, before we get on to chat, because you know what I'm like, I have these opening monologues on a Thursday night and I go off on one. I have already had my mishap tonight, which was spilling the Budweiser beer here. So I spilt about that much. So I've got my wet rag here, clearing everything up. But I think we're good to go. As long as Uhura and the starships didn't get hurt, then I'm good. Hello, Thomas Atkinson over on Facebook. And you were getting porridge. Oh, okay, Bergdis. I thought you meant you were going to jail. I'll buy the fabric if you can make it for me. A part-work cape. Every month you'll get another spool of yarn. Mrs. Wayne would do that, Lou, I'm telling you. The thing is, buying the material is fine, but it needs to be pleated. So it's got a tight pleat at the collar and then goes down. It needs to be full length. I need it down to the legs. Because if anyone makes a Terminator Batman film, I'm going to use these videos as proof that I came up with the idea first. So since when was I replaced by AI? I've been having so much fun. I told it to write a story about Godzilla attacking Corby and the world of Wayne gets superpowers to beat Godzilla. I've been doing some really random things. But the funny thing is, it entertains me. So there you go. Do I foresee a verbal battle on whether Wayne shall have his Millennium Falcon sitting above the TV? You know, this has been an endless thing on the channel that I've been trying to get the Millennium Falcon on the TV. Now, if you've noticed, Iron Man's now in the background. Iron Man's considerably smaller than the Terminator. I thought it was going to be the same size, but you can just see on this picture it's nowhere near the same size. So I took the X-Wing in, trying to find a place in the house to put it. There was nowhere to put it. Nowhere to put it at all. So it's back out here again. So I've managed to put it there. So I've got a nice little corner going on there. That's my photo booth going on. And tomorrow there's going to be an Enterprise refit model out. I managed to light the thing. But if you didn't see the Patreon channel last night, I had an absolute mare of a mistake that I've made. And that is, if you saw that I made the grills for the thrusters, the impulse engines at the back, absolutely brilliant. I had some stickiness on it. I got the stickiness off. I really took my time on it, put it back over there, and I painted it with primer. Everything was fine. Then I got the stupid bright idea to go and tidy everything up. And because it was still attached to a little bit of masking tape, I ripped it off and threw them away. I threw them away, so I haven't got them anymore. And the problem is that this paragraphics parts are out of stock everywhere at the moment, in the UK and the US by the look of it. So thank you to Paul Ryder, who's actually sending me a replacement set of those. But it was a schoolboy error, and I can't believe I've chucked them away. I don't actually need them yet. I don't need them until later on in the build. But the fact I've done it was driving me absolutely crazy last night. And so much so, Mrs. Worldaway was just telling me, just let it go. Just let it go. But yeah, absolutely. So you're going to hear me tomorrow crying about that, but it has been solved. Thank you to Paul in chat there. Terrible. Absolutely terrible. Okay, so let's go over to this camera here, and I'm going to show you what we've got in this collection. So 4 things this time. We've got the tie-in interceptor. Looks like that. Again, this is what the magazine looks like. Each magazine comes with each part. I've only got one camera on tonight, so but that is looking like, get it out, nice model this one, like that. Again, it's all metal, quite durable as well. I don't know if these are molded in one piece. I'm starting to think they are, with the plastic after it, because I can't see any joins or anything like that. Obviously it fits on a stand, but that's what that is looking like. Not too bad. Let's put that to one side. Next one. Put that down. This is for the Star Wars vehicles collection. I think I've got the thing. Oh, that's the Alpine. Thought I had a little overlay, but I haven't. This is the ATM6. This is what I was talking about to the patrons last night. Kind of like an ATAP, but looks more like a dog moping. Now, wasn't this scene in Rogue One? Am I right? Or was this in one of the films that I didn't like? Probably. I don't know. I can't remember. Because if my knowledge of Last Jedi and Revenge of Skywalker, whatever the last one was called, Rise of Skywalker, is non-existent. But that's that. This is the only model that we've got which is actually on a stand. So this automatically comes on its stand. And it looks just like that. None of these parts move. As I said, I think they're molded as one piece. We'll look at chat in a minute. I'm doing my usual, this is how everything's looking. So that's that one. The next one are 2 very well-known ships. We've got the Gungan Bongo submarine. I can't believe that's what that's called. But this, obviously from the Phantom Menace, is looking just like that. Mr. Sayusa. Oh, boss nice. So that's that. This one looks like this. Nice one. I do like this one. Nothing turns again, but you have got the wave wakes there. You can see the inside of that underneath. I am enjoying this collection, I have to say. This is going on my feature wall. So that's that there. What's that at the front? This looks like it might have broken off a little bit. I might have to... It's slightly off center. I might have to have a play with that afterwards. But that's that one. And then the last one we've got, getting this out here, whoops, is Luke's sand speeder. Looking just like that. Obviously from A New Hope. And this one looks just like that. With all the little controls in there. Looking like that from behind. Not much on the bottom. Most of the detail on top. So we've got 4 in that one. I'm thinking one of those must be a special edition. Because I think we only normally get 3. But there you go. I don't know what number we're up to though. Does it tell me on the magazines? No, it doesn't tell me on the magazine, so I don't know what number we're up to at all. All fun. Okay, I'm going to try and get back to chat. I'm so far behind. Where are we? You'll never get the beer sent out of your workshop again. Well, Steve, I'm quite lucky because it didn't land on anything cloth related. It was only on the desk here. So I managed to get it off the desk. It didn't go on any electrics either, which I was quite happy about. At least you didn't spill the bid. Do I foresee a verbal battle on whether... Oh, I've seen that one. Get a barber's cape. It'll have to be for miniatures, though. Look. Or cut it down. And it needs to be like black. Batman black. If the Falcon... Oh, yes. Goes up, you won't... You'll need a few TIE fighters. I'd need a whole diorama. As a matter of fact, I haven't mentioned this in my refit, that I haven't lit my phasers. Now, at Wonderfest, I wish I had the picture up. They had a diorama of monsters destroying a city, and they had this laser coming out, which I believed when myself, Phil, and Lou were in one of our chats, we talked about, I think that was a side-lit optical fibre. If I was going to do a phaser on the Enterprise refit as a diorama, which I'm thinking I might do, I think I'm going to use that. So I do have a solid beam of light coming out of the saucer section. That's what I'm thinking, but I'll be honest with you, I haven't even got to that stage at the moment. I've just lit the inside now, so all the windows are lit. I've got no light leak. I'm pretty happy with that. My wire tidy is... You just got to ignore the wire tidy on tomorrow's video. It's a complete mess, but it's flat. The most important thing is it's flat. So when I piece the two bits together, I'm not having to push wires together. But you'll see that tomorrow. Wayne, it's a doll's house in the living room. Why not the Falcon? That is absolutely true, Hobby Time. Please address that complaint to Mrs. Welder Wayne. Care of, I don't know. She's on Hobby, what's it called? House of Borrowdale. House of Borrowdale on Instagram. If you don't want anything over the TV, just get a bigger TV. Simple. It's not wideways. I mean, unless I get an IMAX TV, that's the future. Get an IMAX TV. You know, so it's really big. I could do with that. You know, I used to have I didn't used to have a projector at all, Phil, at one time. I had like Lou's got, I had a projector. But what I did is, do you know, skirting boards have the fascia, well, we call them skirting boards here. I think kick plates. What do you call them in America? Baseboards, I guess. I put them on the wall with it. So basically, if I was watching a normal 185 film, I could just watch it on my screen. If I was watching a 235 film, I could take these baseboards, which were hinged and magnetic, and clip them up and down on my screen. So I've got a perfect 235 ratio. It was a brilliant display I had. I love my projector. But back in those days, when the bulbs went, pretty much your projector's gone because the bulbs were a hell of a lot of money. Do you need a ladder by the end of this evening to get out the hole and get comfortable in the shed tonight? I'm actually not doing too bad. Look, if you see this is showing you how things are moving. I don't know if you can see. There's next to the heater down there. Actually, I'm going to move your comment. Next to the heater on the floor down there, there's a blue towel. Guess what's underneath that? It's back out of retirement. That is the Ecto 1. So I've got the Ecto 1 back down here, ready to continue that. No idea when that's coming out, because Fan Home have only released the dates for the DeLorean and the Eleanor, which I believe is now beginning of May, end of April, beginning of May. They're really going to town on advertising Thanos' gauntlet, which where is my gauntlet? This is a rip-off version of it, which I could actually wear this one and click my fingers. But they're really going to town advertising the actual gold gauntlet, but there's no date. So I don't know when that's coming out. I haven't got a clue. And I haven't heard anything about it as well. So they are pushing it on social media, but it seems to be open-ended at the moment. And maybe the X-Wing. If I can't get the Millennium Falcon above the TV wheel, I'm not going to get the X-Wing. But you just know Mrs. Welder Wayne's going to give me that look when I get home. Get home? Yeah, home. This is like a commute to me. It's like a 30-step commute to the back door. She'll be there going, it's not happening. I'll put it over my TV for you. What can I, and then I'll just come and visit you, John, and say, that's really nice. Capes are overrated. You just need the boots. Well, you can't, well, I mean, when these aren't here, these boxes, let me just stack them there. You can see his feet, can't you? We could have bat boots. He needs a bat logo. Someone needs to make a bat logo for the Terminator here, so I can put a bat logo on him. But it's got to be different. It's got to be like Batinator logo. I don't know how that will look. I bet there's designers out there that would take the challenge on. There is no ladder long enough. Look, she's getting involved tonight. Men in white coats and special jackets come to mind. I've actually got a white lab coat upstairs, David. Apollo 13. What have I missed? Apollo 13? Why are we mentioning Apollo 13? I haven't received any more Knight Rider builds at the moment, Brian. What I did receive today was obviously these Starships, and I also got the Encyclopedia collection. And that's it. I got the Ferrari for David Phillips that I'm building on the Patreon channel, and other than that, I've got a lot of Agora models to build. I'm enjoying building that Gundam model that I did on the Patreon stream last night. I didn't realise how tiny they actually are. And I did mention on the Patreon stream that they remind me of what you get inside Kinder Surprises. They're so tiny. You Americans won't know what I'm talking about because Kinder Surprise eggs have been banned in your country for some strange reason. But they're very similar to them. I'm going to be using Aztec dummy masks for the paint, but I'm not doing the painting until I'm back from Wonderfest, Jason. So I'm going to be getting them while I'm over there. I've got your what's-its, Faith. I'm picking the kiddies up tomorrow, so I bought your what's-its for the car. Dan, you think I should be allowed both the X-Wing and the Enterprise refit above the TV? You're not doing yourself any favours here, Dan, I'm telling you. I'm sure Mrs. Rhoda Wayne's probably commented later on down the line there. You clearly missed the mood. And I can't even blame the rum. Well, I can blame the Budweiser. I'm still. I know you're helping me out, Paul, by sending me those grills. But I mean, it was a schoolboy error. It was because I painted them black, and the masking tape was black, and the surface I'm painting on them black. When I peeled the masking tape off, I didn't even think to check for them. And obviously, the bins are actually taken out yesterday, and taken away, so that they've gone. It's gone, and there is no paragraphic stuff at the moment. Even the old collections, because that grill was also on a supplemental part as well. You can't get that anywhere either. But you have saved my life, Paul. Even though I'm not using it now, I will make sure I lock it in some sort of crystal safe so it never leaves. A bow tie interceptor. It was The Last Jedi. Yeah, I wouldn't know then. I wouldn't know. Hi, Father. Hello, Faith. Yeah, Last Jedi, I think I've watched once. I remember watching it at the cinema, and I came out because we went to see the midnight show, and I turned to Mrs. Rhoda Wayne and I went, that was awful. That was awful. And you don't even want to hear my language from Rise of Skywalker. Coming out of the Force Awakens, I actually loved The Force Awakens. I thought that was a brilliant film. But yeah, not good. But I watched Picard Episode 2 today. I'm really enjoying that. And I also watched a film called... A Knock at the Door. Knock at the Cabin. I don't know. It stars Dave Bautista, and it's a Shyamalan film. Interesting film, but I got the whole premise right at the start, so it didn't trick me like Sixth Sense did. But I enjoyed it. Not too bad. I loved Ant-Man, by the way, Quantum Mania, if you haven't seen that. People were asking as well last Tuesday, I didn't answer it, what happened with my meeting with Starbucks? Basically, I sat down with the area manager, told him, the toilets aren't working, even though for the first time in a year, when I went down there, the toilets were working. He said, yeah. And I'm like, okay, so how did I start? You can't open if you haven't got working toilets because your staff haven't got any way to go toilet. Yeah, it's a problem. That was the attitude. So I was like, okay. So if I go down tomorrow, I'm not going to get time tomorrow, but if I go down the next time I'm there, and the toilets are closed, I am going to go to my old Blockbuster store and reminisce while drinking coffee, because it's now turned into a Costa Coffee, about my 7 or 8 years that I spent in this store serving the public all the new films and all the time in a video store. Oh, memories. See that? You're banned from the house. I said should say something, Dan. I've never been in this into the Star Wars universe. Really? I've seen every movie and most of the series. Well, I've just started watching The Bad Batch because we're going to be painting a model at Wonderfest for Bad Batch, and I know nothing about it. And I didn't really get on with Rebels or Clone Wars, but I loved The Bad Batch. It's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. So I'm really into that. I think it's 16 episodes in the first series. I'm up to episode 8. And I believe series 2's on at the moment, so I will get around to doing that. So Picard's brilliant, though. I am enjoying Picard. No spoilers if you haven't seen it. So, but it was a good episode, the last one. Can you buy your way back into the house with gin? But I've stopped to make something and it's done. I'll show you tomorrow. Oh, thank you. Bring it with you then, Faith. That'd be excellent. At least the paint on these are good. Those figures that I am... You know what? the Marvel movie collection figurines, the painting is actually really good. I think it's because I focus so close on it that you can see every individual defect, but you don't look at something like this. When it's on the shelf, they look really good. So I do like them, and they are going on my feature wall, so that's what I'm doing. Death Star needs a trip to Naboo just to get rid of Jar Jar. I thought it would be like Game of Thrones, you know, at the end of the whole Star Wars saga, they're going to be like, well, we need to put someone in charge who can, like, you know, bring the whole galaxies together, and they just pick Jar Jar Binks, and, like, you know, he becomes like the ultimate supreme emperor or something. It could happen. Chat, Faith, if you're still on here, I'm always behind on chat. It's just the way of things. So if I haven't seen your comment, I apologise, darling. Well, Wayne, how I proposed to my wife came up a suggested video recently. Really? We still love that story, being in Scotland up a mountain. It was such a good story that was printed in, was it Take a Break magazine? They paid us £250 to be in a magazine for our story. But once you let them have that story, they've got the rights then to embellish it. So apparently, after we did the deed and, you know, will you marry me and stuff like that, apparently we looked at each other and high-fived. I was like, wow, did we? New diorama, he'd need a new wife. Oh, don't be like that. You've got another doll's house to build. Hi, Comrade, over on Facebook. The problem why I don't want to use EL wire, because it would need quite a hefty power source, because I'd need to have it plugged in, because it does drain batteries. And EL wire, especially the thickness I want to use, does have a problem with buzzing. So it's just the resonance of it, and you'll hear a buzz when it's on. That's probably why I don't want to use EL wire. You can hear me now as your son's just came off the phone. Mind you, the stream looks great in silent mode. I think subtitles try to come up, but they can't keep up with my accent, especially when I can't pronounce words right. There's a special fibre optic cable that sends light out from the sides. That's the stuff that we saw. It's really good stuff. I know how to... I can get it. I can get some of that stuff. It needs to be quite thin, though. I just think that would be a really good thing, to actually have it physically attached to the saucer. So when I turn it on, that phases in mid-fire. And then you could use, like, you know, the old light effect cotton wool to whatever it's attached to, with some orange and red lights behind it to make it look like an explosion. Explosions in space, you know, it does happen. Oh, Lou, are you still here? It's time you go, isn't it? It's 28 for me, and I probably, by the time I get down to 28 on chat, you've already gone. So I'll say goodbye now if you are going. If you're not, then sit comfortably. Have a beer. You never wanted the doll's house in the lounge. That was Wayne's idea. What? Whoa. No, I said it would look good there. I didn't. Where would you put it then? I thought you wanted it in the lounge. Excuses for having a domestic. Did you find a place for the Starship Enterprise? Nope. I never built it anyway, so it's beside the point. But this Enterprise, the refit could go above the TV. Good evening, Ollie Monopoly. I think the doll's house facade should be duplicated on the front of the World of Wayne studio. It could. It will make like was it Edwardian or Georgian that house? I haven't got a clue. Mrs. World of Wayne. But yeah, she hasn't really worked on the house much, because she's really gone into... When we went to Wanderfest last year, she brought back an obscene amount of fabric. And she's just been making stuff. Clothes, bags, book bags, everything from fabric. So that's what she's been doing mainly at the moment. Your next video might be the Ecto 1. Ooh. Side-emitting fibre optic cables have a rough edge between core and sheathing to disperse the light out of the core along the cable to create a consistent light similar to neon tubes. It works really well, Steve, for what we saw. Nothing about the U-boat. I'm not going to be doing the next 3 stages of the trial on account that, you know, it's just the same thing. You're just building hull. So there's not really anything new to show you in that. But I reckon it will come out. I believe the Lancaster bomber is definitely coming out, because there's a thing on their site now saying coming later this year. So that'll be an interesting one. Yeah, they moved the date to the 24th. The Eleanor's the same, Pete. They've moved that to the 24th of April as well. Should be proud of Esther and show it off. Yeah, go on. Peer pressure, that's what we need. Paul, I mean, she'll have to send pictures, but she's got like the Pendle Witches, obviously sent a Pendle Witch to her, but they're all hanging up above where she's actually doing the fabric. So did you see Adam Savage video I sent you the other day? I did. I do watch the Tested channel. So I do watch the Adam Savage stuff, Jason. Hello, Ed. How's it going? Your Falcon's going over your TV with Vader the TIE Fighter behind it. Well, you know, my brother was asking the same question where he was going to display it. And you can get coffee tables, really big ones, which have a big glass in the middle. And they look quite good, that, because you can see it from the side and you can see it from the top as well. So I suggested to my brother that he should do that. Phil's giving the dinner bell. Very good. I saw a bloke running down the road wearing a cape. I shouted to him, you're a superhero. He shouted back, no, done a runner from the barbers without paying. Oh, it's got to that point, has it? You got your Knight Rider parts today, so mine are probably on the way then. Thanks, Mum. You still have Kinder Eggs here. I bought them several times. I went for a stage of collecting loads of Kinder Eggs, building the models like these Gundam models, but gluing them together and then gluing them on a board. So I had thousands of them. And, you know, I never know what happened to that. I never know what happened to that. I know what happened to my Kenner figures. My mum sold them all. Oh, Apollo 13 is always your guess for the film title. Yeah, funny you should say that, David. I tried to do Apollo 13, but the very last scene of Apollo 13 is Tom Hanks's face as an astronaut, so it would give it away. But if I went to the very last scene, it's kind of like his neck. Just this bit here. I still think people would get it. Talking about ChatGPT, I asked it to rewrite a short story of the film Castaway with Tom Hanks about what would happen if he opened all the parcels on the beach. Now, I did expect it to say that, you know, you've got a solar-powered phone and, I don't know, a navigating device which gives coordinates. It didn't say that. It said that you open one of the parcels and there was a map and a compass in it. And he created a whole story about building the raft still and using the map and compass to navigate where he is. Interesting. I wonder how long before we don't need writers anymore. We just ask ChatGPT to write a film for us and just give it the, you know, about a man who does this and this happens and then at the end this happens and it will just write the whole thing for you. Who would you give the Oscar to for best writer if that happened? Oh my God. 20 minutes past, I'm already 10 minutes late on chat. I will catch up. I mean, that message, Berg, this was 2021 and it's like, oh yeah, I'm about 10 minutes behind. Oh well. You have Kinder Eggs available in the States now? I thought it was banned. I thought your Food and Safety, whatever, Authority, Commission, whatever they are, banned them. Because we make a running joke in the UK that you don't ban guns in America, but you ban kids' Cadbury's chocolate eggs. Evening all, sorry late to the party, multitasking here. Cooking my dinner at the same time. Oh, thank you, Pete. I think you should hang the Thunder Road in front of the TV. It will look like the scene at the drive-in movie. It would have to be right in front of the TV though, Lou, you know? And oh, you know, at Christmas I had these the Lemax model village. I had them all in front of the TV, so I couldn't really see what was going on the TV. But there you go. Kinder Eggs back in the US. They have learnt not to eat the plastic. Okay, so everyone's receiving their Knight Rider. So hopefully I'll get mine. Do you drink gin or play it? Do you drink gin or play it? Play it as in like gin rummy. We play that at Christmas actually. We call it different names over here though. We like playing a game called Newmarket. You ever played that? Or Queens is another way we call it. Nice family game. Princess Leia, she doesn't become Supergirl. She's Mary Poppins. Just the way she moves is like Mary Poppins. That was the killer for me. I like how at the start there's gravity on the bombs. So they release the bomb bay doors and gravity pulls all the bombs out. That was interesting. The what's it, jumping the shark, is that the term? Was the whole Princess Leia thing. And then the whole you know, Poe's trying to do the best thing, but we're not going to tell him what our actual strategy is, because why not? Let's just keep him in the dark. Didn't make sense. Silly writing, lazy writing, like stupid film. Yeah, Picard 3 season 3 is going to be epic. I really enjoyed the first 2 episodes, and yes, The Mandalorian's on from the 1st of March, so we get to watch that as well. Have you watched Attraction Russian film? No. Hello, Andrew Simpson. How's it going? The new Star Wars films are just money makers for Disney. Yeah, I'm hoping that they get out of that fold sort of thing. I'm interested to see what happens with Indiana Jones now. I really am hoping that Indiana Jones 5, which comes out a week before my birthday. I've already told Mrs. Wildaway for my birthday. It's all to do with Indiana Jones. It's like my 50th birthday this year, and there'd be nothing better for me than to go watch Indiana Jones, I'm telling you. But I'm hoping that it redeems itself after the Crystal Skull. Although I've heard about the Crystal Skull, I still don't think that movie exists. Someone told me Indiana Jones 4 exists, but nah. You're still waiting for the F40. I thought that... Where are you based then, Andrew? Is that still available in the UK? Because it's not over here. People have been asking me, actually, about the tumbler. I've got the next tumbler here. I'm not going to be doing number 5 this week because there's only one stage to do, and it's a firewall. So I'm going to wait till I get a couple together and I'll do that. But what is interesting is this magazine does have a list of countries where you can contact them, and they are Australia, New Zealand and South Africa. So I'm wondering, are you ever going to, if you are in those territories, if you are ever going to see it. So it's interesting. You're up to date with The Last of Us. Also watched The Whale earlier. It's got Brandon Fraser. I've got The Whale. I haven't watched it yet. I'm waiting for Mrs. World Away because I think she'll like to watch that too. But The Last of Us is brilliant. Even so for me, because I've never played the game, so I don't know the story. Although my son likes to try and spoil things for me. But there you go. What killed Q, though? Never got that. The walker looks like a sloth or one of those stilt walker creatures from the Dark Crystal. Oh, they're Skeksis. Is that what they call it? I don't know. The Dark Crystal's brilliant. Again, not a big fan of the rebooted version of Dark Crystal. I think you should paint the Enterprise, refit black so it can hide in space and not be seen above the TV. I could always, like, just, you know, not display it and pretend it's displayed and just tease Mrs. Wildaway to the end of time by telling her it's got some sort of Romulan cloaking device on it. Oh, but, you know, I mean, I, apart from the primer, I'm just trying to think what I'm going to be doing next. I'm probably going to be working on the Impulse Crystal next. And then start the base, I guess, to the saucer and get the whole saucer section done. But I was soldering a lot today, so you'll see that tomorrow. Picard Season 1 and 2 were awful. Season 3 is far much better. Picard Season 1, again, I liked the first 3 or 4 episodes. Season 2, I liked the first couple of episodes. And yeah, you're right. Season 2 was very poor, I think. It had a lot of potential, what with Q there. But Season 3 started off brilliant. That would be hilarious. You come home one day and your workshop is a life-size dollhouse. Oh, bless. I'm okay, Just. All good tonight. Skeksis. Yeah, we got it right. See? Skeksis still freak me out. They do. And, you know, Mrs. Worldaway makes a suggestion for me and I think it's good. And I'm there going, Oh, gotta love a bit of Dark Crystal. Welcome to the channel, Zago33. I like how this all pops up. I can't tell if that's from Twitch or from YouTube, though. I'm sure YouTube's red and Twitch is blue. I don't know. Haven't got a clue. Been thinking if I should buy the Amazon Fall Kit from IXO Collections. The Amazon was a good build. The problem I had with the Amazon was obviously I was doing it on 24-hour stream, and I think that if I had problems, because if you remember I had problems with the electrics, and that completely threw me off. If that happened when I was doing a normal video, I would have diagnosed the electrics and fixed them before I moved on, but I just knew that I didn't have the time for that. And I was trying to rush it in the 24-hour time limit that I gave myself, and that was just a path for for wrongness. It was never going to happen that way. It's a great build though, and it looks good. So even though my model's got no electrics in it, it looks amazing. I noticed on the official Lancaster video that the bomb spins the wrong way round. Really? I'm sure that'd be easy to fix. It's just a case of flipping the polarity of the motor. It would be going forward, wouldn't it? So it's going anti-clockwise. I'm guessing. Sounds like Mrs. Wayne has hobby ad. Hobby ad? What's hobby ad? I used to collect Kinder toys and put them on my desk at work. I still like the chocolates. If you don't know in America what Kinder eggs are, they're like milk chocolate. And when you break them open, you've got like white chocolate in the middle of them. And then you've got this little yellow sort of like capsule, which you break open. And it's got parts that are pretty much like a Gundam model. And you just assemble a little tiny toy and add it to your collection. They've been going for years. But for some reason, I don't know why. I'm guessing something must have happened in America for them to take them off sale. Because you don't just ban something. There must have been an event that happened that caused them to be banned. The survival kit in case you're lost. I haven't seen Ian tonight. I don't know if he is here tonight. Yeah, the Jaguar keyring. Look, I've got that in front of me here. Look, this is the Jaguar keyring. It's quite cheap on the Parkwork upgrade site as well. Even though I'm driving a Nissan. It's nice to have a Jaguar keyring. Oops. And just so you know, that if you have it near a magnet, it becomes magnetised. It's just picked up loads of screws. That program is under fire from schools as pupils can cheat. They can cheat. Someone suggested, you remember I wrote the, on my World of Wayne, I wrote a synopsis of, give me a synopsis of the World of Wayne website. And he says, that's just been copied from somewhere else. I can't find anything about me on the internet that comes into, you know, that sort of detail. So I don't know where it's got its information from. But it hasn't plagiarized that information. Definitely not. It's done it in its own whatever. So very interesting how it works. You've had Kinder eggs in the States for a while now. Now, they're probably different from what you have here, but we have them. I wonder if they are the same things. Because I'm sure that Kinder eggs are banned. Kinder eggs banned in America. Let's have a look. Okay, so they are different. It says here, instead of the toy being encased in a chocolate egg, it's in an egg-shaped package with the toy and chocolate being separated. Kinder Surprise eggs are still illegal in the USA, but remain popular on the black market. There you go. So in our one, they're inside a chocolate egg. That's the difference. Ah, the internet. Where will we be without the internet? We don't know. She's quite busy doing this fabric at the moment, unless she starts doing the a fabric. What do you call the her little fabric sideline? What do they call it? Side hustle. You call it So Curvy, don't you? Spell SEW. So Curvy. And she's got even little labels and everything. It's really good. Come up with some great names, old Mrs. World of Wayne. Ah, there we go. You just said what I said, Craig. But no, our one's fully chocolate. You open it up and you've got a capsule inside. Evening, Robert. How's it going? Any idea when the last part of the fire truck was shipped? I'm sure not too long. There can't be that much to do, Raymond. We've got the ladder to do and we've got 2 missing wheels. That's got to be it, surely. Don't know. Is the... You always know with Agora models if something's coming out because they'll have the instructions up on their website. So I'm just checking that now. So the fire truck... No, the Pack 12 instructions aren't up there yet, so I'm guessing that's going to be coming soon. Remember that on telly with the Kinder Egg surprise ad with Humpty Dumpty? Remember it? Neon Squabbly, Chuck-a-doobie. Yeah, I remember it. I can't believe I said that. The day J.J. Abrams killed Star Wars franchise. Well, no, I don't think... Steve, see, J.J. Abrams... He did a brilliant job with Force Awakens. Rian Johnson killed Star Wars, and J.J. Abrams was trying to pick up the mess of what was left after Rian Johnson, and That's my whole thought of it, because I thought J.J. Abrams did a brilliant job on Star Trek as well. But he had nothing to work with. And you don't know how much studio interference there was in the Star Wars thing as well. I'm guessing a lot. To be as bad as it is, and you're not telling me that during that making process, people are thinking, this film's really bad. I mean, Warner like done the whole thing with the Batgirl, didn't they? Or Catwoman, what is it? I can't remember. It's Batgirl, wasn't it? They just shelved the whole film. But there's got to be a time when you just think, this is just really bad. Well, really respect your craft, learning tons. Please continue to show paint spray, and I learn watch by touch. Well, I will be doing. I'm doing a lot more of that on the refit build, because that's what I'm doing a lot more painting on. Of these pre-painted partwork models, unless I'm weathering, I wouldn't be doing that. Very hard to show painting, and I do wonder. I'm not Bob Ross, so unless I'm airbrushing, going, oh, we're gonna put a little lining here. It's a happy little line. I don't know if it'd be interesting to watch. That's what I'm trying to say. Just to let you know that Star Trek, the next 4 generation films are going out on 4K Blu-ray from the 3rd of April this year. I've never been a big... I'm not bothered about 4K. How many people have got like a 4K TV? I mean, they probably have, but they're only watching 1080p films and they're fine. I can't really see much of a difference between 4K and 1080p, to be honest with you. Might be my eyesight. I can't tell the difference in the real world between glasses and no glasses now. Cheap birthday. No. You don't understand, Mrs. Wayne. See, I want to go see Indiana Jones 5. I'd like to be a new Indiana Jones leather jacket and hat. Perhaps a bullwhip next to me. I want to be the whole regalia, the boots and everything. I'd like the satchel that he has the Sankara stones in. Yeah, I want the full thing. Wait, what did you do for your 50th birthday? I was Indiana Jones. Yeah, that sounds good. Oh, bless. So, yeah, the Narcissus build. I mean, I don't know if you've seen the Sprueverse channel. Phil's got the Narcissus, which that came from Chaucer 44, didn't it? Golden Armour. Massive model, this is. See, you've got the same problems I have, Phil. Where do you put it when it's done? And you get the same responses where you say, I think I'll put it there. And your wife looks at you like this. I get this look. Or, that's not happening. Ah. Bless. Yes, see, look, Chris just answered my question. Thank you, Chris. I do have like an Indiana Jones hat. It's only a knockoff thing in the back of my car, and it's been there for years. So much so that it's bleached from the sun now. When I went to Disney, though, on the Indiana Jones Stunt Spectacular, I actually bought one of the leather hats. And what they don't tell you is that in the hot weather of Florida, leather shrinks. So I got it and it fit no problems at all. But when I got it back to England, this cold weather here, the hat shrank and it just like sat on the top of my head. So... yeah, if you're going to America, you're going to buy a leather Indiana Jones hat, buy a size that's too big for you. And then it will shrink down to a normal size. The Megazord you're building is the same size as Iron Man. Can I get a scale comparison of him on something? Well, look, this Yoda. This Yoda you can get in the toy shops. Look, he's only just a bit bigger than the Yoda by about 10 centimetres. I guess. He's not... I don't know why I'm wearing this. I don't need this on. I'm using this microphone. I'm just looking at the Terminator. He comes up to the Terminator's chest. Just that chest piece there. That's where he comes up to. So it is considerably smaller. Mirrors work as a great cloaking device. Isn't that what David Copperfield did when he tried to... Well, he did. He managed to disappear the Statue of Liberty, didn't he? You heard Disney are looking at doing a prequel series about the Phantom Menace and how the Jedi came about, and how the Jedi and the Sith split from the Force. I think Star Wars going forward, the whole Luke Skywalker and that whole genre has been completely finished. I think just leave it. Rogue One set a brilliant example. New characters, new story. I think that's the way they need to go. And they started doing that with The Force Awakens, but then obviously brought the Skywalker characters back in again. But at the time, I thought that was brilliant. But looking back, perhaps that wasn't the very best thing to do. But I'd like a completely new story with new characters. That's what I'd like. Did you get the email about The Wire? I haven't checked my emails, Paul. I will check. I think so. Oh, yes, you did. When I was talking about joining The Wires. I think I wrote one back to you about the parallel lights. Because if a light blows in my enterprise, just so you know when you see the video tomorrow, it won't make the blindest bit of difference because everything's parallel linked. So what I know that because of these lights behind me. If one of those lights break, if I was to pull one of those lights off, they don't all go out. They all stay on still, apart from the one I've just pulled out. I've done that plenty of times, trust me. Your wife loves Dark Crystal and Labyrinth. Oh, who doesn't love Labyrinth? Mrs. Rhoda Wayne used to have a Twitter account called Just a Worm. Got a Dark Crystal book from 25 years ago. Oh my God, I got 2 really old books upstairs. Well, I say really old, they're like my era of when I was a kid. One's called Green Smoke. Don't know if you heard that, about a dragon living by the beach. I enjoyed that one. And I've got, I used to have Ted Hughes' Iron Man. Iron Giant, no, Iron Man, it was called Iron Man. Get confused now. And I've also got an encyclopedia. I used to read encyclopedias when I was little called Our World. And it's so old. I think the USSR's still in there. All the countries' names have changed. All the borders have changed. Crazy. Yes. I was so what's the word? Focused on getting the car done and the stream. When I was having breaks, I was having a couple of bites and then thinking I need to go back to it. It was, I didn't plan it well. If you fail to plan, if you plan to fail, you fail to... If you fail to plan, you plan to fail. That's the one. That's what happened. Who remembers tiny terrapins in Kinder Eggs? Nope. I remember the Smurfs. They had the Smurfs in them. Hello, Maker's Cave. How's it going? Kinder is the inventor of the Minion. Yeah, they look like minions, don't they? The little pots. Oh, bless you, Ian. Ian is here, look. The bomb spun backwards on the bouncing bomb. Why would it have done that? That doesn't sound right. What way did bouncing bomb spin? Yeah, it did. It spun with backspin. You're right. Wow. I've just learned something new. I am schooled tonight. I love this community, I tell you. I get educated. This is brilliant. That's the key ring in the photo. Oh, was it? Oh, excellent. Weren't the kids swallowing the capsules? I've got no idea. We're talking about Kinder Eggs banned. Oh my God, how far am I behind? I'm only about 7 minutes behind on chat. I'm doing... I'll take care. Take care, brother. Off to buy a Kinder Egg. Yes, Rian Johnson killed Star Wars big time. Blue milk. What's going on there? Blue milk and Mary Poppins Leia. It was like, no. Yeah, painting's not great video. That's why there weren't much when I videoed the assembly of the unpainted kit of the flux capacitor for model mods. Well, it depends if you give a narration though, because Bob Ross, I could watch Bob Ross videos for ages. He's got such a calming voice that, you know, if you're stressed, you could just stick on a Bob Ross video and watch him paint his happy little tree and, you know, there's a happy little accident. Bless. What a guy he was. People pay good money to see what we see when we remove our glasses. You ever seen the film They Live with Rowdy Roddy Piper? That's what that's what that comment reminds me of, David. Hardest part for you on the Enterprise TMP. The hardest part at the moment, probably lining up the side pieces at the moment. I've heard the nacelles are going to be a bit tricky because the lineup on these Polar Lights kits isn't the best. And you do have to think a little bit outside the box at how you get the edges exactly flush. I'm trying to use as little filler as I possibly can on it. But we'll have to see. You'll see tomorrow's video how it's looking. Because I've got it lit up and you can see what it looks like. I find ChatGPT very scary, Jost. Very scary of what it can do. It can reprogram things for you. You just tell it what it wants to do, and if it doesn't do it right, all you got to do is correct it and just say, no, I wanted it to do this. You haven't got to type the whole thing again, and it will take the same thing and rework it. Crazy stuff. I don't want to see Rey. I don't want to see Finn. I don't want to see any of those. I don't want Darth Vader. I don't want Kylo Ren. I just want a completely new story. That's what I loved. I loved Rogue One. All those characters. They need to turn Knights of the Old Republic into a prequel series. That'd be awesome. I never played that. I did play the Old Republic, not Knights. You know, the online game when it first came out. Actually, I got to level 50 in 4 days over the Christmas period. Then I never played it again. Yeah, Paul, you've just got a compliment there from Sudden Eye. You've heard there could be another Tron movie. I've heard that. I've heard there's another Tron movie in the works. I'll show you my grandfather's book he's got in 1920 about the world and everything. Oh, definitely. I love an old book. I've got a Webster's dictionary indoors as well. Big, thick thing it is, this big. And not only is it a dictionary, you've got star signs in the back, maps of the way. It's just crazy stuff. It's around my parents' house at the moment. There's some random stuff in it, thinking about it. There we go. Why do I not know this? Why am I learning things like this on these live streams? These are great. What shape was the first bouncing bomb and where is it displayed? No idea. I saw one at Duxford. Take care, Helder. See you later, mate. Christo, the bouncing bomb is on display at RAF Coningsby in Lincolnshire near Boston. Now, there you go. I've been to the Heritage Centre now. I didn't go to RAF Coningsby, though. Can you actually visit Coningsby? Oh, don't start. If you tell people that, I'm never, ever going to live it down, am I? We laugh about kiddies eating Kinder Plastic, but I had a husband who used to eat the whole Baby Bell cheese, including the red outer wax. I thought it was red cheese. My parents never corrected me. And I remember going to school saying, I don't like these cheese because I don't like the red cheese on it. No one told me it had to be peeled off. And if you get a Baby Bell now, it doesn't tell you have to peel that red stuff off. He did drink blue milk, but he didn't actually see him milking it from whatever that creature was. If it's stressed, stick on Bob Ross video and lose 7 hours. Yeah, definitely. You've come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass, and I'm all out of bubblegum. Well, we have come to the end of the stream. That's gone like a blink tonight. I can't believe that. And the 2 seats on the Lancaster bomber is only a fitment on the BBMF aircraft. I need to, when that bill comes out, I think I'm going to learn a hell of a lot more than I know at the moment. So, okay, I'm going to be packing these ships up again now, and I'm ready for the Enterprise video tomorrow, and then I'm picking the kiddies up. So the next video is going to be out on Monday. Not sure what we're going to be building. I'm guessing we're going to be doing the next box on the Porsche from Agora Models. But it's been a fun old stream tonight. So thank you all for joining me. I've got about 500 million tabs open, so I need to close them down as well. But have a good night, everyone. Take care. I'll see you later.